What's going on, Washington fans? Welcome to the JTFB show. And holy smokes, I won't cuss. I feel like I did enough of that at the game on Sunday. But y'all, I don't even know where to start. A lot of y'all know I was at the game on Sunday. I just got back literally a few hours ago. I'm still jet lagged. I think I slept a total of 4 hours every single night since Friday night. I am so out of it. But I am still riding this adrenaline high. It's one thing seeing it on TV, but seeing it in person just takes it to a whole new level. So I just want to talk about it and just share my thoughts, the experience, everything, and just talk about how crazy this is. But first off, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button while you're at it, and then drop your thoughts below in the comments, and you should have a ton. Like I said, I wanted to do this yesterday, but on the road and everything, it's just not easy when I'm in Virginia. So I waited till I got back here today. And I have a lot of big things coming up for y'all. Y'all are going to see me a lot. Y'all are going to see me daily. I'm going to post a video here on the channel probably every single day with a consistent schedule. I have so many good ideas. I'm finalizing it now. So just wait, and I'll probably post something on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, soon. So follow me at Josh Taylor FB if you haven't already. But I have like a content schedule that I want to follow and go by, and y'all are going to see me on here every day. I'm going all in. Like Saturday is probably the one day I won't post anything unless something happens. I might post multiple times a day, but I'm going all in on this, guys. Like we're about to create something special to go with this special team. I can't even tell you how many football games I've been to in my lifetime, high school, college, NFL, whatever. I have never in my life seen anything like this. Ever. I've seen some crazy plays. I've been to some crazy games, especially some Alabama games. If y'all know Alabama and how they play, the kick six, I wasn't at that game. That one, though, first off, that's on the wrong side as an Alabama fan. That was like the worst game of my life. I've seen some crazy stuff, but nothing tops what I saw at Northwest Stadium on Sunday. Nothing. That right there, that Hail Mary from Jayden Daniels to Noah Brown that you've seen 100,000 times. It is on every sports media outlet platform in the world. I guarantee you there's people in Brazil buying a Jayden Daniels jersey. There are people that don't even know the rules of football in Australia. They probably think we're playing rugby. They didn't even know you could throw it that far. And they're buying a Jayden Daniels jersey after what just happened Sunday. Look, London's on the phone. They're like, hey, stop sending us the Jaguars. Send us the Washington Commanders. We want that here. Germany, they're like, you sent us, we got the Giants and the Panthers? We don't want that. Give us those Washington Commanders with Jayden Daniels. That boy is special. He is so special. And if he already had the number one selling jersey, there's guys leaving the stadium with tags on the jersey still after that game. Before the game, and I'm not going to take the credit for it, me and my buddy Aaron, I said, look, when that gate opens at 2, we're going in there and we're getting a black Jayden Daniels jersey because they're selling out fast. Like, there wasn't a lot of them, honestly. I thought there'd be way more for the black jersey game. I think it was just him and B-Rob that I saw black jerseys for. But I was like, bro, we're getting those jerseys because something's going to happen tonight. I didn't think it was going to be that, but that's what happened, y'all. My God, what a game. Like, going back to Alabama, the 2nd and 26, where Tua took a sack on first down, lost to 16 against Georgia in the national championship game. And then Tua just drops a fucking bomb to Smitty to win the national championship. I was watching that on TV. I cried that night. I ran up and down my apartment. I was living in Myrtle Beach at the time. I ran outside on my balcony. I yelled. I told myself nothing ever will beat this because it was for a national championship. It was a crazy game. Tua comes in. There's just so much going into that game. It's 2nd and 26. The game's over. Like, it just did not feel like it was possible. But anything is possible if there's 1 or even 2 seconds, in the case for Washington, left on the clock, y'all. This team is a team of destiny. This is a team that is supposed to win. It reminds me, speaking of Myrtle Beach, when I was in Coastal Carolina, they won the national championship. It was 2015 or 2016. I can't remember. That was a team of destiny. They got hot. No one knew who the heck they were. They beat the number 1 team. They beat the number 2 team. I think it was Florida and TCU. I know they beat Florida. I can't remember who the other team was. But it was a team of destiny. Just came out of nowhere. And everyone said, oh, Washington could make some noise. They have Jayden. But they made all these changes. They got Austin Eckler. They got Zach Ertz. They got Dan Quinn. Who is this team now? This is a team of destiny. This is a team that is supposed to win. This is a team that has been built the right way, that drafted the right quarterback, and is just clicking on all cylinders. It is a brotherhood out there. And you saw it after the game, how everyone was reacting. Oh my God. Let's talk about it. First off, that game should not have been close. Should have been 21-0 on them dogs. We should have had our foot on their necks for the entire second half. It should not have been close. But if you ask me if I would rather Washington have won, I don't know, 28-10 or even like 31-10, like something convincing, or to beat the Bears at home with the black unis at night, halfway at night, with a Hail Mary, I'm picking that every single time. Guys, when the Bears scored, I was like, I can't believe it, man. That is the hardest loss I've ever watched from this team, because there was no reason to lose that game. The offense was going down the field. Our offense did more against the Bears than any other team has this season. It was not close. I don't know what the hell Adam Rank was talking about, saying that the Bears dominated. They dominated the last, I'll give them the whole fourth quarter. But that's like saying a fighter is up at the end of the 5th round, like, oh, he's won 3 of the 4 rounds. No, you got 1 round, man. You had a couple takedowns. You landed some solid shots. But the first 3 rounds, Washington and Jayden Daniels and Terry, we were hitting you with uppercuts. We had some knockdowns. Like, we didn't knock you out, but we had some knockdowns, and we put up some points, and we won those rounds. We won the first 3 rounds. Now, the fourth quarter, you won, except for the last drive, except for those last 2 seconds. And then I'll even give it more than just the last 2 seconds, because it was the play to Terry that really set up the Hail Mary. So I'll say this. It was the last 25 seconds. The last drive was 4 plays, 76 yards in 25 seconds. So I will say y'all won the entire fourth quarter, except the last 25 seconds where we put the nail in the coffin. Now, just being at that game, though, I was on the other side. Like the other end zone corner, not in the end zone, but like on the side end zone, whatever you want to call it. I was in 106. When we had the ball, and it's crazy because, like, dead honest, no part of me wanted to leave. No part of me was just like, there's no chance. I was like, anything is possible. I'm telling you guys, like I said, as an Alabama fan, I have seen so much shit in my lifetime from these crazy games. Like I said, the kick 6 getting ran back by Chris Davis to win the game. Nick Saban challenged the refs and said, there's 1 second left. No, y'all had the wrong call. They said the game's going to overtime. It's over. There's no time left on the clock. And Nick Saban said, no, there's 1 second left. Go check it. And they put 1 second on the clock. We kicked the field goal. Auburn called it, broke a couple tackles, and ran it back for the craziest play in college football history. Anything is possible if there's 1 second left on the clock. So I said to myself, anything's possible. Now, is it probable? Absolutely not. You need a miracle. But I'm telling you, there was a good group of people that left. And I told my buddy Aaron, I said, bro, it's 25 seconds left. What difference does it make between now And I know it's not 25 seconds real time. I'll give you 3, 4, 5 minutes max. What is the difference in that? Nothing. There is people that paid and drove and sat in that traffic and went to that game and did not get to witness the most. And I'll say that's the craziest play in franchise history ever. Like at that field, whatever. When is the last time Washington has had a win like that? It was the Kirk Cousins. You like that game? Has to be. The deficit, just how everything played out in that game. That was the last exciting win that Washington had of that magnitude. And in my opinion, this beats that one. Hands down, this beats that one. Because it was one play. It was just a spark that turned into a wildfire. It wasn't like some slow build back and like, okay, we're coming back. Scored. You know, a hard fought ending. It was just a giant bomb at the end that ended the game. In my opinion, this was the most iconic play in franchise history. I mean, it's up there with, Rigo's run against the Dolphins. And obviously that's pretty big play. But just shock value in that stadium, oh my gosh, man. That play right there, and I'm looking ahead right now. That play right there could be a match in a bale of hay to where it just engulfs. It could be, and guys, once again, we're 6-2. We've been playing really well. It's not like, oh, this is like a crazy game. Crazy upset. No, like we're a good team. We're a genuinely good team. But this kind of win in that style against that team, and there was so much buildup to this game too. There was so much buildup. That win could just magnify the rest of the season. Like you talk about teams getting hot. You talk about teams in this season. This is the most wide open season of all time. Anybody can win the Super Bowl this year. With the injuries, with how teams have started, teams like the Bengals not looking good, just teams you didn't expect. Like I said, there's so many guys out for the season. Aiden Hutchinson, Stephon Diggs. The Chiefs didn't throw a passing touchdown for the first 3 weeks of October. Patrick Mahomes leads the NFL in interceptions. Or Daniel Jones might now, but I don't know. But it was Patrick Mahomes before last night's game. There's so many injuries there. This thing is wide open. Washington has a big chance of going to the playoffs. They have a big chance of hosting playoff games. And guys, anything is possible this year. Washington, and I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not, jinxing nothing. Washington has a genuine shot at going to the Super Bowl because of one, how good this team looks, how ahead of schedule they are, how well they play together, what they have built on the field, all the work they have done, but then also just the rest of the league. This thing is wide open. The Chiefs aren't guaranteed nothing. The 49ers aren't guaranteed to go to the Super Bowl this year. Brandon Ayuk is out for the season. Christian McCaffrey's been hurt the whole season. Debo is hurt. He's got something wrong with him every other week. Poor guy. Like, I don't know, man. This is a crazy season. And this kind of game just showed you, like, hey, guys, this is what this season is about, by the way. So, I mean, man. But I just remember watching Jayden running around. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, I don't know about this. I don't know. He's running a lot. This is not good. This is not looking good. And he threw that. When I see what did Tua say? Oh, no, it was AP. AP said, he said, when I see him throw that ball, when I saw Jayden launch it, I was like, here we go. And I will, like, to the day I die, like, God willing, I find a good woman and have kids and have grandkids one day, God willing. Please listen to me, God. Like, I'll tell them about that play. I'm like, yo, I was there. I was at that game. I watched Jayden, throw that thing up there. Jayden's probably in the, Ring of Honor by this time, and we have multiple Super Bowl trophies and rings, and I'm retired and living in Virginia and just, right behind the stadium. I'm like that old guy that just goes out there at 5 a.m. for every game. I watched him throw that ball, and like I would never. I didn't even see Tyreek Stevens. Honestly, I wasn't even paying attention to like him, like off talking smack and whatever. I was literally glued to Jayden. I was like, I just want to see him throw this thing, and then once he throws it, I'm going to pay attention to the guys that need to catch it. Like, I'm taking this play by play. I want to see the ball snap clean. I want to see Jayden get it. I want to see him throw it. But I will never in my life, I will never, ever, ever forget watching that ball get tipped and watching Noah catch it, man. Like, to be honest with you, like, I'm getting emotional, which is kind of sad. But it's just, this shit means something to me, man. That was, and it's just so crazy because something just told me, like, yo, go to this game. Like, fly from Texas to Virginia. It was my buddy Aaron's birthday on Friday. I was like, bro, let's just do it, man. It's a hyped up game. And then Jayden was hurt. I'm like, yo, we might not even see Jayden. I don't care. I love this team. I haven't been to a home game this year. Like, I went to Tampa. I want to be there for this. And I mean, like I said, did not sleep at all this weekend, y'all. And it was worth if someone said, Josh, you need to fly back and do it all over again this weekend, I'm like, yep. Like, I will go tonight. I don't care. I feel awful right now, but it was so worth it. And I just want to have to say, like, if you haven't been to a home game this year, like, please try to go to one. I'm not saying we're going to win by Hail Mary. It's going to be as crazy of a game. Like, it might be Jayden gets hurt and Marcus Mariota smacks the Panthers. Like, who knows? But the atmosphere and just the team in general, just watching that team. I mean, just comparing them from week 1 in Tampa to how it is now, it's not the same. It's not the same. That is not the same team. Like, I would love to run it back with Tampa. Like, Chris Godwin's out for the year. Mike Evans is banged up with his hamstring. Like, I'm telling y'all, man, anything is possible. And if we do go to the playoffs, y'all are gonna see me at every single one. Like, I will sell a kidney. I don't care what it takes. Y'all know I'm grinding this thing out. Starting today, y'all. Like, I am all in on this team. I am all in on this content game. I am all in on just enjoying this. Like, guys, we deserve this so much. So much. And I know we have, like, every fan base has weird fans, but guys, we deserve this. We are a good group of people. And like, I just, like, every time I go back home, like, I haven't seen, like, there's a good bit of people out in Tampa. Like, we traveled really well for that game, actually. Like, I mean, it's Tampa. It was super hot. Who wouldn't want to go to Tampa, right? But it's just I haven't been back home. Like, y'all, I didn't go to many home games last year. I think I went to 2. So it's been a while, but it is so good to go back and just see everybody. And I have to say, like, shout out to everyone who, like, shows love every single time. Like, I mean, people that just, like, recognize me from, like, Twitter or, support the channel and watch whether, like, the Bleacher Report streams and stuff like that. And I'm doing a ton of Bleacher Report streams this month coming up, by the way, guys. November. I'm telling y'all, November, y'all are going to see me on here every day. You're going to see my face on your phone for Bleacher Report. You're going to get sick and tired of me. And that's what I want. I want y'all to get sick of me. But I love seeing everyone, and I'm just so thankful for, like, everyone that showed love and just, tailgates, just walking around the stadium. People, like, hit me up, DMing me, like, yo, where you at? Let's meet at halftime. Let's meet after the third quarter. Let's take a picture. Let's do this. You're like, it's just being able to interact with people, like, that I don't get to see that often, and people I have good, like, conversations with on social media and stuff like that. Like, I appreciate y'all so much. Like, this is such a good fan base. And I'm glad we got to enjoy this. Now, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday afternoon. It feels like it was last night, but then also it feels like it was a week ago, just because of how fast everything's been going, how long this weekend's been. Like, my voice, my throat is like I feel like I'm dying. My throat is so sore. I don't know how I sound right now. I lost my voice in the second quarter. My hands were beat red when I left. It was freezing cold. I was hitting the chairs every third down, fourth down, big play, didn't matter. I was hyped. I will never forget. I'm going to end on this, y'all. When we caught that Hail Mary, first off, I dropped my phone. Brand new iPhone 16 Pro Max. Cracked my screen protector. Thank God I put one on there because I never do. Cracked my screen protector. I could not believe it. I just remember opening my mouth, putting my hands in my head, and just letting out a loud noise. I don't think it was a scream. I don't know what it was. I've never made that noise before. And I just remember looking over at my buddy Aaron, and he just was just like there was 3 different reactions that I saw at that stadium after the catch. People that were just speechless, just in shock. And that was me at first for the first few seconds. And then people who were just yelling. Not even, it was just inaudible noises. I don't even want to say yelling, just letting out emotion. And then I remember running up and down the stairs. I think we were row like 22, 23. I ran all the way down to the front few rows like afterwards. And I just remember looking around, dapping people up. I picked a guy up. I don't know who he was. I picked a guy up. He was standing on his seat. I literally picked him up and put him back down. I don't know what I was doing. But I remember seeing a group of kids crying. I saw adults crying. And I was like, man, this is what that shit's about, man. This is what it's about. This is why I love football so much. You can talk about all the stuff on the field. It's so exciting to watch, but just fans, man, it makes it so much more. And man, nice. I'll never forget it. Never forget it. In the videos, you see all the reactions and stuff. I love seeing like people at home reacting to it, throwing stuff, running around the house. Like, man, I love seeing that. But that atmosphere in that stadium was the best I've ever had in my life. I've been to crazy Penn State games. I've run out of the tunnel at Penn State. Like where the players come out at. I didn't run out with the team. I've had goosebumps many times in my life, sporting events. I've been to many Alabama night games. I was at the game where Ryan Anderson strip sacked Josh Dobbs against Tennessee to win the game. Crazy, crazy games. I was sitting right behind Peyton Manning. He was like right on the field. Nothing. Well, so far, nothing has ever come close to what I just saw. Ever. Now I'll say this. I posted afterwards, I was like, I apologize to my future wife because that's the best night of my life. The only thing, in my opinion, that will top that, it's not a playoff win. I will say a playoff win will not top that. People are going to think I'm crazy for saying that. A wild card win is not going to top that for me because if you just lose the next round, I'm like, damn, that sucks. Winning the NFC and going to the Super Bowl is enough. That's enough for me. Not even just winning the Super Bowl. Obviously, winning the Super Bowl will be the best day of my life. I have not been alive for a Super Bowl win. I am 31. Born in 93. Never seen us in a Super Bowl. That will top this. Like I said, winning the NFC East, going to the NFC Championship game and winning, not just going to it, because if you lose that, that's probably the worst day of my life because you were literally one game away from the Super Bowl. Going to the Super Bowl, winning the NFC would top this. But until then, ain't nothing topping this. Unless we do that exact same thing to Dallas, then I'll say, okay, like if we do that to the Eagles or Dallas or even the Giants at home again, then okay, it's topped because of who we're playing. But that's not getting topped until later on this season when we go to the playoffs. But man, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit the like if you enjoyed the video. I just wanted to hop on here and just talk about it. I know we've all been talking about it for the last 24, 48 hours almost now, and just soak it up because that stuff like that just doesn't happen. Now I was telling my mom, I was like, Mom, you know how rare like a Hail Mary? I can't tell you the last like Hail Mary for a win was. Like, I know Rodgers did it like going into halftime this year. Like once, like Rodgers does all these Hail Marys. Like he ruins the fun sometimes. I was like, Mom, you know how hard that is? And she's like, oh, we were watching it at the house. Like that was crazy. I cannot believe you were there for that. And that's majority of the text I got afterwards. Like, Josh, please tell me you didn't leave. I'm like, no, y'all know I'm not leaving. Y'all got to drag me out of here half the time. There's been games, there's just a regular win with a shitty team of ours. I've stayed 2, 3, 4 hours after the game before, knowing I have to drive 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours back to my mom's house in Central Virginia. I'm like, I'm not leaving 25 seconds left in the game. I'm going to watch us lose. If we're going to lose, I'm going to watch us lose. And if we end up winning, I'm going to be here for that. And sure enough, we ended up winning. And it was the best night of my life. So just shout out to everybody who was there. Shout out to everybody who just watched that game, man. Whew. Just talking about it. Like I could literally record this video for like 5 hours. But my voice would absolutely hate me. I've had a headache for about 48 hours now. Hopefully I'll actually sleep tonight, probably pop a couple Benadryls and knock myself out. Like I said, guys, y'all going to see a ton of me. I'm dropping a video every single day. We're going to build this thing up. I'm going to hit 5K subscribers before the end of November. I'm going to hit 10K before the beginning of January. Before the new year starts, I will be at 10K, y'all. I'm going to be doing this full time. I'm going to be moving back to Virginia. I'm going to be setting my roots around this team till I die, pretty much. Which hopefully is a long time from now. But I'm sold. And I've been sold. And I've been feeling this way. But like after this weekend, y'all, like I've been thinking about it honestly for the last few weeks. I'm like, I'm all in on this, y'all. So appreciate y'all supporting as always. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends to come check it out. And like I said, I got some big things coming up. Y'all know me and Rio are going to do preview shows on Thursday nights, which are live. And like I said, I'll put out a full schedule of like consistently. I've got some ideas like an NFL Sunday morning kickoff show live where I'm not just talking about Washington. I'm talking about every game around the league, previewing and have some other people on. Got some guests. I got some players I'm talking to. I'm coming on the channel like whenever we can. And just stay tuned, y'all. It's about to get nuts. I don't know if it's going to be crazier than a Hail Mary, but I'm going to try. So I appreciate it, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.